Hey, Baji.
Hey, Sufi.
How are you?
I'm good.
That's good. I had a punk weekend.
Yeah, you sure did.
It was punktastic, as it goes.
Yeah, I heard. I talked to them on their
good.
Their drive home, and
Excellent.
you said it was a great time, and they said it was a great time, and yeah, that just sounded awesome.
It was very nice. You know, the kids they're a little bit older, and they don't need the full punk's attention. And the punks obviously enjoy a down hour here and there.
Don't we all? I mean,
yeah. Also, the punks are. If the punks aren't moving, they are dead quiet. Like you would have no idea they're in your house. Now, the minute they get up, it's fucking the elephants on parade. But, the amount that the kids would be outside, and I would think, did they go home? And then you would just find them in another room, like doing their puzzles.
Yeah. They're like a moment in Widow's Bay that you might not expect. You walk into a room and there's just like two people sitting there, which I've been really enjoying, by the way. Just a little shameless plug.
Shout out to Widow's Bay, which is exceptionally good television. They're great. They're a couple of little Alan Turings doing their little puzzles, trying to crack the codes.
Yeah.
Just constantly working on it.
Yeah. But what'd you guys do? What'd you guys get up to?
They were there. It was very fun. They were there when me and the boys got up. They had arrived earlier than I did, and Dad said he'd already been playing like an hour of hide and go seek with Addie. There aren't that many places to hide, but it was very sweet to show up, and she had no interest in me arriving or the boys arriving. It was just she was holding Punkieri's hand and just walking him around, telling him it was time to play. So again, as a parent, your dream is to watch your parents and your children connecting, and they really were.
Yeah. Now if I went to a new place. I've talked on this trip, and we didn't do this, but I went to this, vacation or this birthday weekend out in Palm Springs, and we were in this big, huge property. I think it would be very fun to play hide and go seek, sort of as a throwback as myself today. But at what age does hide and go seek sort of fall off the radar? Because your boys don't seem into it, but Addie is still so into it.
So into it. But the thing is, as a parent, you don't want to play it when your kids are actually good at it.
Right.
You don't actually want to be seeking. The great thing about Addie is you kind of count to 20, then you give yourself a minute. And again, like there's never a time where she's hidden from view when you walk into a room.
Yeah.
You can always see.
But so I guess, is that when it flips, is when they get to an age where they figure out how
when
to
they're
hide?
too good at it, you try to steer them towards other games. Yeah.
Yeah.
We played, you know what we've been playing, which is an absolute blast, is Clue.
Oh, yeah.
So Clue has come into the rotation. The only downside of Clue, have you played Clue in recent years?
There's a newer card game version of Clue that I've played.
Yeah.
But I haven't played Clue proper in years.
For those who don't remember, it's basically an elimination game where you're trying to, through your questions, eliminate enough of the suspects, the rooms, and the weapons to make a guess. And when you make a guess, it goes to your left, and the person with their cards either shows you one of the things you guessed, or they say they don't have anything. And if it goes around and everybody says you don't have anything, then you feel pretty good. Mm-hmm. And then you make your guess.
Yeah.
I've had so much fun playing Clue. Not one time have I made a guess, and then I look, and I'm like, wait, does somebody have knife? Because I said knife, and now all of a sudden knife's not there. And Ash 6 times in a row was like, oh, yeah, I do have that. Sorry, I didn't say it. And again, not 14 cards in his hand, 3. And then, so we play Clue, and I say to the boys, like, let's work really hard, and again, probably part of this is, we come from a card playing family, a board game playing family. I want to show off to mom and dad that, like, I'm raising my boys right, that they so I'm really focus, look, blah, blah, blah. Anyway, I finally get around and make my guess. And once again, it happens. And I'm like, does somebody have rope? And Punkayeri, Daddy Boy's like, oh, I got rope. So one of these days, I'm going to have the satisfaction of getting to the end. But yeah. But that was good. We played Clue. We played some baseball outside.
Dad says the boys are very into baseball.
They're very into baseball.
If I can say, he says two things, because you play offense and defense in baseball. What do you think Dad thinks their strength is?
Offense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because he also says they can't catch shit.
That would be one way of saying it. That would be probably the most efficient way to say it.
Ash can hit the ball. He can really hit it, but those boys can't catch shit.
I have we got them there. We went to a proper Paragon Sports in New York, which is sort of a famous sporting goods store. And, I really did have the dude and the really good service there get him the right mitts. And I got to be honest, I think the mitts are like too small for baseballs. Like, we're not playing with little baseballs.
Yeah.
And I feel like that's one of the issues. Now, Dad might take issue with that and say the mitts are not the problem.
Are they missing the ball and it's like pinging off their foreheads?
No, fortunately not. I will say they're playing with enough fear to never put their foreheads in the path of the ball.
Right.
They haven't ever played on a proper infield, so I'm hitting ground balls to them as well. And it is that thing when you do it on grass, some pretty janky hops. Still, they're very bad at that. And the other problem is you get out there and it's so fun to just for me to throw balls and have Ash hit balls. And there was a batting cage in our town, and so they sell old baseballs for $1 a pop. And so I bought $20 worth of balls. So we have a ton of baseballs. It's so fun. All I want to do is throw the ball, have them hit the ball, or just hit them grounders and have them, field grounders. All Ash wants to do is a full game.
Yeah.
And I'm like, we have 4 people. And he's like, set up the bases. There's ghost runners. What are the rules? I'm like, ugh. And it's bad parenting. The amount I turn into Ash's friend in a bad way when we play baseball, where I'm like, it doesn't matter. Stop it. Just let's play.
Yeah.
Or the amount I'm like, oh, fine. I don't care. Whatever. I don't care.
Well, you and I, in your boys' defense, we used to play wiffle ball just one-on-one, and we made that
one-on-one wiffle ball is the dream. But again, that's they don't want that. They don't want to because I'll even say if you hit it here, it's it's 1 point here, and they're like, no, I want to run the bases. I'm like, we don't have a first baseman. And then I'm like, all right, but then we have to play pitcher's hand for first base, and they're like, that's not fair. I'm like, don't. And then that's when I'm like, I don't care. However you want to play it. And then they're like, what's the score? I'm like, you tell me. Yeah. I'm not also the scorekeeper. You tell me. So obviously, I'm doing a good job.
Yeah, sounds like it.
And then I'm trying to think of what else we did. We went over to a friend's house, which was really lovely. And
going back to our childhood and Dad teaching us how to play baseball, there was, and I know your kids are money motivated. But we used to sort of do that. You'd get hit 10 grounders in a row, or you would, if you could catch 10 grounders clean in a row, that was $1, and that was huge.
Yeah.
But that does require, I feel like, a proper infield or some dirt so you can.
And I said, let's go to a Little League field. The problem is, it just, even though they love playing baseball, the clock is immediately ticking. And so it's just safer to play it in the backyard as opposed to let's load up the car. Let's go 15 minutes away to the Little League field. And then you get there. And Axel, basically, his permanent state is the cusp of quitting. It was also last night. This is my one more story about Ash, which is he's, it's last week of school for him, and he had a book to finish. And so last night I put Axel to bed, and I check in on Alexi, and then I went downstairs, and it was 8:30. And I walked into our family room, and Ash was just sitting reading in the dark. I can't and I was like, Bud, you want to put a light on? He's like, oh yeah, that'd be great. So I turned the light on. And then I'm like, I'm so proud of you for, it's like, I actually take it back. I think it's like maybe closer to 9 o'clock at night.
Okay.
And that's right around his bedtime. But we've talked about he has to finish this book tonight. And he's reading, and I'm just so proud of him. I'm like, oh, bud, that's great. I'm so glad you're reading. He goes, yeah, I got to get it done by tomorrow. I'm like, great, good for you. I'm like, how many pages do you have left? And he goes, 140.
He does
and
take
like,
after you.
Dude. And I'm like, dude, what's your plan? And he's like, well, just keep reading. And he was like, do you want to, he goes, would you stay in the room with me? I'm like, of course. And so then I'm like doing a little math. I'm like, all right, 100. And it's not like Gravity's Rainbow or anything. Like, it's a kid's book. But so I'm looking at the pages. I'm like, all right, 140, what's he reading? And so I'm like doing the math. I'm like, I'm going to wait 10 minutes and see how many pages he has left, do the math of how long it's going to take. And 10 minutes pass. I'm like, how many pages do you have left now? He's like, 135. I'm like, oh, what are we going to do here? So, I'm kind of famously fast-talking speed reader dude.
Yeah.
And I'm like, Ash, we're going to the kitchen. So we go to the kitchen because, again, the light, and even with all the lights on, as you know, my sister-in-law, who's an incredibly accomplished designer and has purchased all the lamps for our home, they're all like 5-watt lamps.
Yeah. It's a dark house.
Even the moths are like, we're going to go elsewhere.
Yeah. Ash could be forgiven if he thought the lights were on when
100%.
he was sitting in the dark.
Kitchen's the one exception. So I go to the kitchen and I'm just like, I'm going to read you this book as fast as I can. And he's like, okay. So I'm just jamming through the book, just like so fast. And I keep stopping and being like, are you following the book? Are you following? I'm like, what's the last thing that happened? And he really is. He's staying with me. But he's also like, I'm going to go get some ice. I'm like, what? He goes, I just want to suck on some ice. And I'm like, oh, fine. Whatever we need to do to get through this book. And then I'm reading this book. And by the way, my throat's getting sore. I'm like, and he's like, and finally I'm like, you got to stop doing that, man.
Yeah.
You just got to suck. And he goes, what if I do it like this? And then he just sucks on it really quietly. I'm like, fine. Anyway, all of a sudden it's 10 o'clock at night. There's like 50 pages left of this book. And, Lexi's like, he's got to go to bed. And I'm like, yeah, I know. So he's like, we'll finish in the morning. And I'm like, no, we're not going to finish in the morning. So instead, this is how awesome my life is. Ash goes to bed and I finish his kid's book. Also, I go up to bed, I get in bed, I turn on the light to read it. And Alexi's like, that light's too bright. And she's like, I'm going to bed too. And I'm like, fine. So now I'm back in the kitchen.
Reading
a book, for like a fourth grader's book, so that I can Cliff's Note Ash at breakfast while Axel's there. And then I tell Ash the exciting conclusion of this book. And then Axel's like, oh, that book's great. You have to read it to me. I'm like, I don't want to read it again. But we got it done. We got it done, Pashi.
Well, that's good. This episode, your running mate.
My running mate, who I just saw on Sunday at the Beacon Theater, Brooks Wheelan.
This is a fun episode. I listened back to these because of writing the song, and gosh, this dude, he's got some stories. He's such a good vibe.
And he's a great trip. I mean, I'm on trips with him more than outside of my family. He's who I'm tripping with the most these days because he's my fellow road dog.
Yeah,
and he's a winner. He's Brooks Wheelan, and he's from the great state of Iowa. And he loves comedy, but he cares the most about college wrestling, which I don't think comes up. I can't remember how much
it comes
or
up,
if at all it comes up.
Okay. Yeah.
Enjoy, and I also, one of the other great things about the Ponkas visiting is, it's like a 3-hour drive. And so they always show up having just listened to 3 episodes and then they leave. It's so funny. They were literally driving out on the, they were driving past me. I was on the front steps and they were driving past and the window was down and Dad's like, how's Billy Eichner? And I was like, and I want to be like, you're gonna listen. Just listen.
He also, when they're caught up, he's like, there's no, I don't know. I think we're caught up. And I'm like, yeah. He's like, all right, well, you need to put more out. And it's like, they come out once a week, bro.
Yeah, dude.
And then a bonus listener episode once a month. So that's the deal.
It's like him like calling up the Boston Globe being like, I finished the puzzle. They're like, sorry, man, the next one's not till tomorrow. But I'm done.
Yeah. He's definitely finished the puzzle, Boston Globe.
All right. Love you, Paji.
Love you, Sufi.
Family trips with the Meyers brothers. Family trips with the Meyers brothers. Here we go.
Brooks, it's so good to see you.
Yeah, dude, so good to see you guys. This is great.
You're like basically my road trip buddy now. So I'm like going on more trips with you than my actual family.
That is very true. That's happening. We have, we've really had some adventures.
We've had a wonderful time.
Yeah. Last time I saw you, Brooks, you were in Arizona, and you guys had, I think, Seth, did you pick Brooks up in L.A., and then you guys drove to Palm Springs and then drove to Arizona?
I drove to Palm Springs, met Brooke, and then we drove from Palm Springs to Scottsdale, just like listening to tunes.
Yeah. The fix that we have where now we drive from one place to the other makes it so much more fun.
Yeah.
Because we were going to fly from Palm Springs to Phoenix, and then we're like, or we just drive 4 hours and listen to music. And that was the move.
Also, there's that thing. By the way, this is a very unfair bounce on you, Brooks. But I feel like early morning Brooks at an airport, I'm trying to avoid.
Yeah, that's fair. I was just somewhere with Catherine, my girlfriend, and I didn't realize it, but she just started video recording because it was like 7:30 in the morning. I was playing Fat Lip by Sum 41, explaining a movie I had about high school, and it was so loud and jarring, but I didn't realize until she played it for me later. And she goes, "This is what it's like when you wake up." I go, "That's a lot. I'm sorry."
So do you hit the ground running when you wake up? You're not a slow wake up?
The panic starts right away for me.
Yeah.
I'm up and at 'em.
Gotcha.
You also, I feel like I'm always worried you're like not going to be at the door, like at the time we say. And the reality is you've been up for like an hour. You usually have a coffee. You just look like you just woke up.
That's true. Yeah, I have a resting, look tired face.
Your resting face is full frazzled.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh my God, what happened? You're like, this is me when everything has gone according to plan.
Yeah, this is great. I'm feeling great. We did have to get up at like 3:40 in the morning when we were in Phoenix. That was rough.
Yeah, what was that? Was like to get home, right? Yeah.
That was leaving.
Yeah.
Yeah, because we had a show in New York that night. Yeah.
We were doing a show in a casino. Josh, we'd seen both you guys' parents, and Seth and I were like walking back, bragging to both of to each other about how it's nice that we didn't gamble and we don't have the urge to gamble. Said goodnight, had left my key, immediately went to get a new key, and on the way back lost $200 on roulette. It was like 10 seconds after we just bragged, and I texted Seth. I go, "I'm down 200." He's like, "That's fair. That's fair."
It's literally like the cards saw you going back alone, and they're like, "Hey, man, you get ready to lose a friend?
Exactly.
You want to take a little spin, Brooksy?"
Yeah.
I lost 200. So did my father. So did my mother.
Yeah, that's how they get you. As a younger man, when I would do casino shows, it was a sucker's bet because I would obviously get paid handsomely for doing stand-up, and then would just slowly bleed it back to the people who had arranged for me to come.
Absolutely. And like, there's this one casino, well, I won't say where it is, but it's in Connecticut, and it's the only thing around for, I think, 200 miles.
Would you say Wolf Forest? Would Wolf Forest be a good code?
I would go close. It would be very close to that. And I was just trapped there. It was like one of my first gigs. It was like 4 days in this casino, nothing to do. I left down after being paid. I left down $1,000 after being paid, and I was like, I think I gotta kill myself.
You Brooks are famously from Iowa. Mm-hmm. 2 older brothers, and your siblings are like my children, all B's.
Oh, yeah, yep. My brother did it again, too. He's got 3 L's, Lincoln, Landon, and Layton, and we're Brad, Brett, and Brooks.
Yep.
And yeah, you have a good joke about it, about how it is the meanest thing you can do to your parents.
It's your grandparents. Yeah, they're the ones who are just like, what? I don't want to.
Yeah.
But we also had I guess it wasn't the Wheelan side of the family that we saw on our drive across Missouri, but we did,
right.
We did St. Louis into Kansas City. We stopped midway at Columbia, Missouri, home of Mizzou University. And you said we were meeting one of your cousins for lunch, and there were 15 people there.
It got leaked. That I think if it was just me, we would have met one. But it got leaked that you were going to be there. So 15 plus a couple friends showed up. And it was actually really fun. It was great.
It was great.
Where do you guys go for a lunch like that? How do you do a 15-person lunch? What's your venue?
Well, this is the dream of being on the road with Brooks. Brooks has the answers.
I have a lot of cousins who went to University of Missouri because they're all from Jefferson City. And so for this one, I just texted them, where's a great spot that we could get food? And they were all like, shoot, I forget what it was called, but everybody had the exact same answer. It was like,
gotcha.
I don't know, Urkel's, not something like that.
Yeah.
It was just a little hamburger spot.
It reminded me of, remember that place we used to go to? What was the place? Dagwood's? Remember that, Posh?
Oh, yeah.
In Lansing, Michigan.
Mm-hmm.
So it just felt like a place like the wood, it was like the softest wood.
Yeah.
At the table. Like you could just press your thumb down and leave a print.
Absolutely a pool hall that served chili in a college town. That's where it was. It was perfect.
Yeah, it was really good. We knocked out our burgers and we're on our way. But there's a lot of you. Also,
there's many cousins.
Wrestling stock. Everybody looks like they're ready to wrestle, and I'm talking about like a collegiate wrestling, like singlet wrestling.
My cousin who was there, he just got fourth at the Missouri State tournament. A little stud. He's good. Yeah, they're intense guys. My uncle on that side. Coolest thing that could possibly happen when I was like 7. He was on American Gladiators and won like 5 episodes.
Wow.
Yeah, it was when you're 7 and your uncle is crushing laser. It's very exciting.
Yeah. I mean, that's the dream. Also, Brooks is the first person I know who follows and wants to watch college wrestling. And Posh, it will not surprise you. This is not often on the big screen at the sports bar. Brooks, Brooks is like watching it. His computer's hooked up to like a smaller computer. He's like watching it.
It's real pay to play. You got to pay to play to watch.
Yeah, but it's been very fun. I've been with Brooks during some cool pins. And
you watched this kid my brother coached, Ryder Block. He pinned this guy who ended up getting 6th at the NCAAs, but he pinned the guy who got 4th at the NCAAs. Very incredible. And Seth was there, and he just got off stage. I don't know where we were, but I was like, you got to see this pin, Seth. And he's like, okay. Oh, okay.
But it was very, you do a very good job of, you would be a very good color man for that level of wrestling. By the time the pin happened, I was very invested and very excited.
I also understand what not to show people. I'm only showing you touchdowns. I'm not showing you some of these boring stuff.
Not just like long grapples. There's no appetite for the grapples.
I'm not showing you a double overtime 1-to-1 ride outs. That's not what anybody wants to see.
Hey, we're going to take a quick break and hear from some of our sponsors. Support comes from Blue Land. Hey, Bashi.
Hey, Sufi.
You know what's wild is plastic everywhere, and it's going to be everywhere forever because it doesn't disappear. It breaks down into smaller and smaller pieces. They stick around in our environment. Blue Land, at least, is doing its part to help. Makes dish, laundry, and other household cleaning products designed to reduce single-use plastic. Their cleaning tablets are 100% plastic-free and microplastic-free. And the laundry tablets are just fantastic, Poshy. I don't have to tell you that. You're a huge fan, just like I am.
I am. Blue Land is trusted in over 1 million homes, and that includes mine, particularly with the laundry tablets, which I love. They're so simple and good and clean. You just drop one of those tablets or 2 tablets if you've got a huge load of laundry with some stained clothing, and it just gets those stains out. Its microplastic-free formula is made with plant and mineral-based cleaning ingredients. It's hypoallergenic and safe for sensitive skin. Pre-measured, mess-free tablets. You just drop it right in the old washer, throw your clothes in, turn it on. Done deal, Suf.
And it also takes up less space in your house. Those big old laundry jugs. Like when you think about it, once you're down to like the end of a detergent jug, like that's just taking up space with an empty jug.
Yeah. I mean, the racks that I have next to my washer dryer now are free for me to put my
vegan cheese.
My vegan cheese is down there.
You probably, the amount of vegan cheese you're snacking on because you got that extra space while you're waiting for your laundry to get washed.
Yeah.
Blue Land is a certified B Corp and Leaping Bunny cruelty-free certified. Their formulas are EPA Safer Choice certified, and many products have also earned Cradle to Cradle's Gold Material Health Certificate. Make the switch today. Get 50% off your first order by going to blueland.com/trips. That's blueland.com/trips. Support comes from Aura Frames. Hey, Bashi.
Hey, Suvi.
Father's Day is coming up.
Yeah.
You know what Dad's like?
Pictures of themselves.
And even more so, pictures of their children.
Yeah. Or their grandchildren.
Yeah. Ideally looking lovingly at them, though. Like a dad's favorite photo is like a picture of their kids, but like looking at the dad with a real, like, you know what? I respect you.
I respect you. I love you. You are fun.
You are fun. Aura Frames, we have them. We got them for our parents. It's such an A+. Our dad, our mom. Every time I go visit them, they're so happy when the picture changes. They're so happy to explain how Aura Frames works while forgetting that we're the ones who bought it for them. That's how much they like it.
Yeah, and it's nice because if you're hanging out with them and you take some pictures on your phone, it used to be that they would say, "Oh, send those to me," but now they say, "Just send those to our frame," because if you send them just to their phone, they're just gonna live on their phone, and that's not the way to experience a great photograph.
They have found new things they want us to send to them. I don't want you to think we don't still have to send them stuff all the time. It's just not pictures anymore.
Yeah.
Free unlimited storage, preload photos before it ships, personalize your gift. There's a gift box included. You can share your photos and videos effortlessly. It's an A+ product, named #1 by Wirecutter. You can save now by visiting auraframes.com. For a limited time, listeners can get $35 off their best-selling Carver matte frame with code TRIPS. That's auraframes.com. Promo code TRIPS. Support the show by mentioning us at checkout. Terms and conditions apply.
Here we go.
You, all right, so you're from Iowa. If anybody follows your Instagram, you are living the most trip-heavy existence. You go to the most incredible places. Mm-hmm. You're an outdoorsman without peer, as far as I know. But was that the kind of vacation you were taking as kids?
No. Right now, as soon as we get off of this, I'm in Louisville. And I'm going to the Kentucky Derby in like 45 minutes. I'm very, very excited for that.
First time.
First time.
It kind of seems strange to me that you haven't been like 20 times.
I'm not a big animal cruelty guy.
Interesting.
So, yeah, I'm not nuts about it. It's just my girlfriend's from Louisville, and she's like, let's go. It'll be fun. We'll see my friends. I go, sounds great. But
it is, I will say, I mean, just as we record this, it's Tuesday. So the Kentucky Derby is not today, right?
It's a week. Turns out it's a week. So today is 5-0 Tuesday. It's for the locals. Tomorrow is Wednesday. They go every day. So we're here for Derby week.
Gotcha. I see. Okay.
Yeah.
I just didn't want you to get there and be like, well, wait, when's the Kentucky Derby? Because
that's what I did ask. I asked Catherine, since this is Tuesday and not the real one on Saturday, are these horses fast at all? And she said they are.
Yeah, they're going to be fast.
Where will you watch it from? Are you going to be in the infield, or is those days are behind you?
She's been going. She said she'll show me all the ins and the outs. She grew up going to as a high school kid, like getting arrested here. So at the Derby,
it's a good place to get arrested.
Yeah, at the infield. They got a jail in there and everything.
Little cool. Horse jail. The inmates. Wait, no, what do they call them? Who runs jails? The prison guards
Bailiff?
are horses.
I don't know.
The prison guards.
Oh,
are horses.
that's fun. Yeah. But to answer your question, no, did not grow up going on any trips. Never really left Iowa or Missouri. And so I think maybe that's what the reason I go on all these trips now is I can.
But were you I would have guessed that you camped as a kid, like, because you seem like a man. Really?
Never. No, I grew up in the woods, like way out in the woods, outside of Manchester, Iowa. So I always thought, why would I camp? I already live camping. I wanted to go to cities.
Right.
So it's like, you just want what you don't have, you know?
Yeah.
So yeah, never traveled, like would go to Missouri in the summers to farm. Like that was our vacation.
Because your family had a working farm.
Yeah. So we would go there and we would help on my grandparents' farm. My whole life, I went on 2 vacations in my whole, like growing up. Both were to the Wisconsin Dells, which was, I don't know, 4 hours away.
Yep.
But like, if you asked me how far away it was based on how much my dad flipped out and got mad, I would guess a 4-day like horse ride. It was.
Yeah. It was. Yeah.
I thought we were going to the moon with the stress that he would bring.
So did you went twice. Were you excited the first time before you saw the Dells? Was this a sort of trip a kid from Iowa was like psyched about?
Yeah, the Wisconsin Dells are the water park capital of North America.
Yeah.
I don't know what's going on in Asia, probably some pretty sick water parks, but it was the most exciting thing that I've ever been a part of. It was incredible. We went to Noah's Ark, which is the biggest water park in North America. They had a new ride there called Black Thunder. I still think about it. It was awesome.
Describe Black Thunder. What goes down?
You go down. You go down very fast. It's a black tube and it's just got thunder sounds. So, but then on the inside, there's like lightning. So like you'll be going through pitch black and then out of nowhere, it's just like, and like, so it lights up like it's like you're in a storm and so you can't see anything. And like, you know, I was 10 and I was like, I swear to God, I got air in there. I'm not even joking. My head touched the top of the tube. Like it was the most fun thing I've ever done. Also, the first time we went, my dad was stressed about money and Arby's was doing a 5-for-5 deal. And so we stopped in Dubuque, Iowa, and he got 50 Arby's roast beef sandwiches. 50. And he put them in a blue cooler that just, the ice, like, it was like a heater for ice. It turned into a tub right away. And so the Arby's got so wet. And the plan was to eat these 50 Arby's roast beef sandwiches for the trip, for the whole family.
Oh, my God.
And so we all had it for lunch. And then at dinner time, we're like pulled over to the side. And my dad's like, all right, time for dinner. He goes to open up the Arby's. And my mom goes, Jim, this is fucking crazy. And
they were observably bad to eat at that point?
Yeah, but he wouldn't admit this was a bad idea.
Right.
So we didn't have to eat it anymore, but he's like, fine for me. He ate wet Arby's for the rest of the week. As just to spite everybody. He'd be like, I don't know what you guys are talking about. Just gagging on Arby's.
I like that his esophagus was Black Thunder for the Arby's. Just like that. That was like just water slide Arby's.
Yeah, so that was fun. I remember also on that first trip, I remember both of my brothers got to bring their girlfriends and I didn't get to bring anybody. So that was pretty weird looking back that like they were just hanging out, my parents were hanging out, and then I was just running around Noah's Ark having a blast. But the other crazy part about my family and vacations is before I was born, I'm the youngest, they had gone to Disney World twice, all of them. Actually, one time after I was born, they left me. They were like 2, and they're like, we're not going to bring this guy. This guy sucks. So they had gone to Disney World twice, and my house was covered in photos of my brothers and my mom and dad at Disney World. Like with like Chip and Dale holding my brothers and my mom and dad smiling. And I only know these people as miserable Iowa people. So I would like, they'd gone places. And I asked my dad for real when I was like 5, I was like, why don't we go to Disney World anymore? And he said, because we had you. We can't afford it anymore. We're a perfect family for 4. Now we got 5. We can't do Disney World anymore. And that doesn't make your brothers love you.
No.
Right?
They were pretty upset. Yeah.
How much younger are you?
4 years, not insane.
Okay. All right. Yeah.
What's the gap between the first 2 boys?
2 years.
Yeah, so but it does. You do seem like an afterthought, and then your dad has made it demonstrably clear that you were.
Yes.
You're like, here's the thing, Brooks. You got to be as charming as Chip and Dale.
Yeah. I'm like when the Rugrats had Dill.
How old were you on that first trip to the Dells when your brothers are bringing girlfriends?
I would have been like 12 probably, so it would have been like 16 and 18.
Okay.
I remember also on that trip, you can go dress up like old timey, like a Western guy and get like an old Western photo.
Yeah.
Both my brothers wanted to do that with their girlfriends. And I wanted one too. And my dad was like, well, just jump in one of your brothers and his girl. So there's one of my brother and his girlfriend, and he's the oldest one. He's like, he's not coming in mine. And then my other brother was like, Brett, he was nice. He was like, he can be in mine. So it's him and his girlfriend as cowboys. And then I'm just in the back with a gun. And yeah.
We have one of those that's, I feel like, still in the bathroom at home, Posh.
Yeah.
And I'm in a dress. I wanted to wear like a full what is it? Not flappers. I don't know what they call those dresses back in the day.
Yeah, it was like those.
Where?
You know, like
It was
those
a real-
Western saloon
It
dresses.
was a real like Deadwood sort of dress.
Yeah, but why did you pick?
Why did I want to be dressed like in a dress? I don't know. I think I thought it would be like attention grabbing. I was trying to like make headlines, you know.
And I was a dude, and I remember Seth is like stealing. We borrowed like a credit card from mom and dad, and Seth was like stealing money from me.
I'm like stealing money from you. That I remember Dad thought that would be like priceless. I remember a lot of coaching. Larry was 100% behind it.
Yeah, but so wait, so your parents you're all four in this?
No, it's just
Photo?
the
I think
two
It's
of
just
us.
the two of us.
But
Yeah.
Dad was like, this will make this a priceless moment. You're going to be like robbing Josh. And so Josh has a real like wow face. Josh is given sort of Larry David end of curb face.
That's good stuff.
And I'm
before Larry David was doing it.
we were just full. Yeah, I probably got it from that pic.
Absolutely, yeah.
So second Dells, how long a break? Was it 1 year in between, do you think?
I think 2 years, probably 2 years. And it was less great because, we'd done it. But it was, 14 versus 12 at a water park is a big difference there. I've seen Black Thunder. I know what it's bringing.
Yeah.
I'm excited for the plunge. But yeah, we went. I remember that time I got yelled at because I wanted strawberries and some lemonade that I got. And my dad's like, he's got to have strawberries in the lemonade. And we went to I remember on that one, I did, we went to a bar that was having karaoke. First time I've ever seen karaoke ever. It's like a real bar. It's not like a family bar. It's not like Senior Frogs. It's just a bar in the Wisconsin Dells. And I karaoke'd the Hanukkah song by Sandler.
Wow. Oh, wow.
Yeah. And to a 14-year-old to a bar of people who are not, they don't think this is funny or cute. They're like, what's he doing in here? He shouldn't be here. And I can't read the words fast enough. I'm bombing. It was terrible. But
it's interesting because we just played that song for our kids who do celebrate Hanukkah. And you realize among the Adam Sandler work, like that is a super catchy anthem, but less jokes for a kid. Mm-hmm. They don't get like, Captain Kirk and Mr. Spock, like a Rod Carew he converted, or I bet his agent is. Like there's like the joke, whereas my wife played a piece of shit car for them, and it's the hardest I've ever seen them laugh.
It's the best.
They were shaking so hard I thought they were gonna literally David Banner into the Hulk out of their car seats.
Truly, I remember when They're All Gonna Laugh at You came out. We couldn't have it at school. Yeah. Absolutely not, but we had it on a compact disc and we were listening to it at recess, truly laughing because there's no better laugh than when you can't laugh. Yeah. So he was just trying to hold it in because they're like, they're going to know we're listening to Adam Sandler for laughing. Dude, it was, that stuff was the best.
Yeah.
Are you guys in a hotel room? Are you spread out when you go to the Dells?
Everybody in one hotel room. Everybody.
Even the girlfriends, when they were there?
The girlfriends.
I'm pretty sure.
Wow.
I don't really see splurging on two rooms. There's,
So are there some sleeping bags on the floor then? Or
1,000,000%. Yeah. 1 million. Yeah. I remember the first time I got to sleep in a hotel bed, I was 23. I was very ready. I was very hotel floor. I was a hotel floor boy.
They said a cot is extra and your dad made you sleep on the wet Arby's. He's like, we don't need basically a mattress, Brooks.
He's a little guy. It's a little coffin. It's fun. You can get in there. But yeah. So I went one time. My dad drove us to a NASCAR race. That was fun. We went to Michigan NASCAR race one time.
Did you, when you talk about your summers, how long would you go work on the farm? Was that a week vacation or was it longer?
Yeah, it would be however much time my mom had off, you know, so maybe 2 weeks we'd go to Missouri. And
would you look forward to that?
Yeah, very much so. I loved going to Missouri.
Even though it was it seemed labor intensive, or it sounds labor intensive.
But it was, but like it was a cool farm. It was a dairy farm versus like Iowa is all like hog farms.
Right.
And so like farming there is like fun. You got like, 50 cows you're just dealing with, and my grandpa's milking, and like my cousins are all there. So very much enjoyed that. But that was a 7-hour drive. And, I would think about that drive like 4 months out. I'd be like, oh my God, we're going to 7 hour in the back. Devastating. And I had older brothers, and they would play this game when we were on long drives called Snake, which was just that middle belt buckle. It was a snake that ate knees. So this snake loved joints. It would just attack joints.
Was there any music in the Wheelan car?
Yeah, but it was all like with my oldest brother and my dad. Like they would play this game too, where they would try to guess the music first, and I was pretty far behind in age, so unless it was literally Adam Sandler, I was never gonna get it. It was like,
so this is like listening to the radio and playing Name That Tune.
Yeah, like pressing next and being like, oh, fucking AC/DC, or Trisha Yearwood. And I couldn't keep up with it at all. So it was a lot of me in the back, praying that we would somehow get on a joke station.
You talked. I mean, again, we're on the road together. You have very funny material about your family. Based on that, and based on what you've said earlier in this podcast, your dad, over the course of a 7-hour drive, like how many times is he kind of losing his shit?
None, because we were afraid he would, so we didn't talk or anything. I mean, like when I'm getting the belt buckle to the knees, I got to eat that. I cannot make a noise. Otherwise, then he will lose his shit. So yeah, it was just, it's 7 hours of just the tensest silence.
What's your mom doing? Your mom's just like, is your mom chill up there in the passenger seat? I'm guessing.
Yeah, it was kind of the thing where if you had to pee, you whispered it to my mom. You sent like a smoke signal to her, so she would then be like, Jim, I have to pee. So then he couldn't say no to her peeing. He could say no to us. So it's like, all right, I'm afraid to pee, and she's like, Jim, I got to pee. He's like, oh, and so full over.
So
but it was fun.
What were your responsibilities on the farm? What kind of stuff were you doing?
Honestly, I was pretty young, but I was mostly just hanging out like while my grandpa drove around on the tractor. Like,
that's fun.
He had like this old Alice Chalmers tractor. I would sit on the side and I would let my feet dangle, and there was these massive wheels, and that my heels would just get kicked by these treads on this huge tractor that I'm sitting on. That like if we hit a bump, I'm falling into like some sort of torture device. Like, I would be killed within, I don't know, 1 second. And it's not like people hadn't fallen off the fucking tractor and got run over. This is consistent on this farm. People are getting run over all the time. But since it's my mom's dad, she's like, he knows what he's doing. I was like, I don't know if he knows what he's doing. But it was really fun. It was cool hanging out there. I remember one summer I was there on my birthday. It was in August, and a calf was born, and I was jazzed. I watched this cow get born. They had to like put a rope in and pull it out. It was crazy.
Wow.
Like it was like coming out the wrong way. So it was just like my uncle's pulling a cow out of another cow, and I'm like, I'm turning 8, and I'm like, Jesus. And I remember my grandma was like, oh, it's your birthday. You can name the cow. And I was like, oh, sick. BJ Armstrong. This is my favorite Chicago Bull. He played at Iowa. I was like, I want to name it BJ Armstrong. I'm turning 8. I bet my grandma's 60 at the time. She's like, no, I hate that name. We're not naming the cow BJ Armstrong. She's like, we're going to name it Brooks. I go, what? Like, well, also, just tell me its name is BJ Armstrong. I don't live there. Just be like, yeah, sure, BJ Armstrong.
I like that the punishment for a kid is like, if your name's bad enough, it's your name. So you get one shot. If we hate it, it's you.
It was so quick. No, that sucks. We're going to name it Brooks. What? And then, like, I'm not even joking. So that would have been in the summer. We went back at Christmas, and I was like, where's Brooks? Where's my cow? Where's Brooks? And my grandma was like, what? I don't know. And, like, completely not even named it that. I was so disappointed. I was like, I have a cow. And she's like, no, you don't. We were just being nice. It was your birthday.
Did you ever take a trip without your parents back to the Dells, or have you just gone the 2 times in your life?
Just the 2 times in my life. I would love to go back. I really genuinely, I really want like a White Lotus that happens at the Wisconsin Dells.
Yeah.
Like, I think that, like, I want to make that sort of a show. When I was 21 was the first time I ever saw the ocean. Me and my friends drove to Myrtle Beach from Iowa City.
Wow.
Just through the night, just had to get there. And when we went swimming in the ocean, it would have been so cold. I can't believe how cold that must have been, but we'd never seen the ocean, so we all just jumped in with like boogie boards.
We're spoiled being, East Coast kids whose mom grew up in, like a coastal town that we used to go visit. But like, what's it like when you see the ocean for the first time at 21? Is it like, have you seen it so much in like film and television that it doesn't blow your mind?
I mean, I'd already had it tattooed on my body. I already had a seascape tattooed on my body by this point because I just was obsessed with going to the ocean. My whole, like, surfing looks so cool. It looks so cool. And I live in Iowa. I also kind of think Iowa, I'm a little frustrated that my parents decided to raise a family there because it couldn't be further from anything that I found cool. You know what I mean? Like, it's great if you like it, but I was like, I really want to go to the mountains or the ocean. They're like, they're forever away. So the first time I got to see the ocean, I'm pretty sure I was with my girlfriend who we grew up together and we like cried. Like, oh my God. Like, it is truly the coolest thing I'd ever seen. And it took me maybe, I'd say, then I moved to Los Angeles not long after that. It took me like maybe 5 years before every time I saw the ocean, I had to go jump in, like no matter what.
Yeah.
It didn't matter if I was going to the beach or not. I was like, there's the ocean. We got to go get in because this is a possibility. And then when I moved to Los Angeles, I had a job as a biomedical engineer at this company in Irvine called Edwards Life Sciences. And Irvine is like 15 miles from the beach, probably, in Orange County. And it was a really good job. They hooked me up with like a realtor to go show me around and like pick an apartment. And they gave me a signing bonus of $7,500. And my like starting salary was like $80,000. I had made $0 my whole life. So I was like, this is incredible. I'm really rich. And so the realtor was taking me around to nice apartments, like around Irvine. And I was like, no, I want to be by the ocean. And she's like, okay. And then we went to Newport Beach and she was like, here's this. I go, you got to see the ocean. I want to be able to see the ocean. She's like, it's like over that hill. I go, I got to see it. So then she was like, all right, I think I know like this trap house you might like. So it was on beach and PCH in Huntington Beach called The Breakers. And I was like, it was so much worse than anything she had shown me, but I was like, I love it. There's the ocean. It's right there. And so I moved there and met a bunch of real psychos who also were excited about the ocean. And that was great.
And so what was your commute to work every day based on the fact that you had to be at the ocean?
Like an hour of hell.
Right.
It was brutal.
Yeah, that doesn't seem
close.
that doesn't seem like Irvine to Huntington Beach. You don't picture people being like, "Oh, that's a super easy drive."
No, it wasn't too bad. But then I would drive from Irvine to Los Angeles after that to go to work. To go to do stand-up, and that was brutal. I will tell you this story about engineering. The first time I also never flew on an airplane until I was 22. And the reason I did the first time was I was going to college for engineering, and I just did the career fair, and I just gave my resume to a bunch of different people, and I got an interview with this company called Schlumberger, which is it's an oil refinery company located in Dallas, Texas, that will accept all types of engineers, mechanical, biomedical. I was also working in like cardiovascular biomechanics, so that was tubes, which oil fields are, tubes. So like I had a good reason that I could possibly be able to work there with fluid dynamics. But I didn't want to work there because it was in Texas and in an oil industry. I didn't want to do any of that. But I did want to fly on a plane, and they were willing to fly me on a plane to interview in Dallas. And I was like, cool, I'll come out. I never flew on a plane. I was so sick. We fly to Dallas from Cedar Rapids, and I land, and I'm like, amazing. But then I have 2 days of interviews, and I want to make people happy. So I try really hard in my interviews. I'm doing my best. And I realized on the last day that if they offer me this job, I probably should have to take it. I might have to take it because it'll be a good paying job and I don't have any money. And I went to college for this. So on the last day of my exit interview, they were like, tell us why you're a Schlumberger person. And I was very honest with myself. And I literally told him, I go, please don't give me this job. Like, and he was like, I'm sorry, what? I go, I don't want to live in Dallas. And he goes, what? Why? Did you always know? And I was like, yeah. And he was like, why did you come out here and do the interviews? I was like, I never flew on a plane. You guys flew me on a plane. And he was like, oh my God.
I will say there was 100 different ways to do it than the way you did it. With that said, I feel like the way you did it allowed that guy to go back to his boss and be like, I think we just dodged a major bullet. They're like, did he take the job? He's like, no, but I think we're all right. Yeah. He just gave up 2 days of his life for a plane ride.
It was cool. I'd never flown in the sky before.
Yeah.
Hey, we're going to take a quick break and hear from some of our sponsors.
Hey, Baji.
Hey, Sufi.
Very exciting. We're fans of Olipop, and if you're fans of Olipop, there are 2 new summer flavors, and we're very excited to tell you about them. But first, Posh, should we pop open the blackberry vanilla?
Oh, yes, please.
All right, ready? 1, 2, 3. You know, by drinking this, Posh, you would not guess there's only 50 calories in here. There's only 5 grams of sugar in here. This is Olipop going back to their flavor archives and busting out blackberry vanilla, and this time it's here for good. Last sipped in 2022, constantly requested since. It's back. Bold blackberry flavor, smooth vanilla notes, and just an absurd amount of sip appeal. I'm going to sip if you want to talk about it. Yeah. Take over, because I want to. The more I talk about it, the more I want to sip it. When I'm sipping, I can't talk about it.
This is what they call flavor in full bloom, Sufi. And you know, Olipop isn't just your classic soda pop. It supports digestive health with 6 grams of fiber and is made from real ingredients. And as you mentioned, a lot less sugar.
It's really good. You can drink now, Posh.
Okay.
I'm going to take over because I want you to get back to your sweet, sweet Olipop.
Mm-hmm.
Here's a very exciting piece of news for everybody. You can get a free can of Olipop. Buy any 2 cans of Olipop in-store and we'll pay you back for 1. It works on single cans of any flavor, any retailer. Just go to drinkolipop.com/trips.
Where do you get it, Suf?
Oh, well, what a good question, Poshy. Yeah. Olipop is available in the soda aisle and with the chilled beverages at thousands of retailers nationwide, including Walmart and Target. Olipop, guys, go get your free can now. Support comes from Article. Hey, Baji.
Hey, Suvi.
You're a big fan of Article. You got a nice piece of Article furniture that I was admiring the last time I was at your home.
Yeah, I got the Kuva bed frame, which is really up the game of our guest room. And then I've got a couple of the bedside tables coming as well, also in the Kuva to keep the theme going. But they have so many collections. Their furniture collections are so good and diverse, and so you can really find something that's going to fit your style or the style of the room that you're going for, because a lot of times you can have multiple styles in your house, but a bedroom is something that you can really hone in on, and that's what we've done with our guest room, and it might be nicer than our main bedroom right now.
Article doesn't just curate an incredible collection for you, they also offer fast, affordable shipping across the US and Canada with options for professional assembly if you prefer a hands-off experience.
Yeah, which I will say, with this bed frame, I did prefer that hands-off experience. Yeah. And a couple gentlemen showed up, real white glove treatment. They came in, they set it up. They took my old frame downstairs, which I really appreciated because that was going to be gnarly if I did that on my own. And they just made it so easy.
I also hope they kept their hands off you when they showed up at your house.
Yeah. Good. I mean, I think I might have high-fived them at the end.
Oh, that's on you. Yeah. You put your hands on them. They also have support when you need it. If you have a question or need help with your design choices, Article's customer care team is available 7 days a week, offering knowledgeable support and even free interior design services to help you get your home just right. Article is offering our listeners $50 off your first purchase of $100 or more. To claim, visit article.com/trips, and the discount will be automatically applied at checkout. That's article.com/trips for $50 off your first purchase of $100 or more.
Here we go.
Going back to that Myrtle Beach trip real quickly. So you got a bunch of friends and a girlfriend, and that's how you make that drive?
Yeah, there was probably like 20 of us in like 3 cars. By the time we got to Davenport, we'd all split up somehow. Like we're like 1 hour into the drive, we're like, where is everybody? My buddy Chase was driving his mom's van, and we were in his mom's van. It broke down in Fredericksburg or somewhere in South Carolina. His mom's van broke down, and he goes, fuck it. And he left it on the road, and we all got in a plane and flew home. When we got back to Iowa, his mom's like, where's my van? He was like, oh, it broke. She's like, you can't just leave it.
Wow.
So then, yeah. But that trip was crazy. That was a full spring break senior frogs trip.
So it was planned. This was not like Cedar Plants last minute. Somebody's like, let's get in the car right now.
It was totally planned. We had like Airbnb or whatever it was at the time. And it was really, really fun. I remember a different drive with that same group of friends. One time we were going to the Irish Southside Parade in our freshman year of college. And my buddy Steve, he's like, I'll drive. And we're like, sick. And we get in the car to drive to go meet my other friend Pat's house. And we're like coming into Chicago, like maybe a half hour out. And I was like, all right, let's get the map quest out, like pulled out the map quest. And then I look at it and I realized Steve had just map quested to Chicago. Like just typed in Chicago. And I was like, what the fuck? This isn't Pat's house. We're going to the Bean. So we had to like pull over, call Pat. It was, yeah.
Yeah, Chicago is a sprawling city. You are not.
Sprawling.
Yeah.
It was one of the last times they still had the Southside Irish Parade. Did you guys ever go to that?
I never did.
No.
Yeah.
Oh, it was gnarly, man. It was the first time I was ever like with Chicago kids who grew up in Chicago. We were 18 and 19 freshmen in college. First time I've ever seen this happen where we were walking down the train tracks and my buddy Pat's like, fuck. I go, what? He goes, we gotta go fight these guys. And I'm like, we do? And he's like, yeah, they went to Brother Rice, dude. Fuck Rice. So then they fought on the train tracks.
Oh my God.
Yeah, they were real Southside guys. They were crazy.
I remember we tried to do a show together once called Best Day Ever. Mm-hmm. And the idea is that you would go to different towns on what they consider their best day of the year.
Yeah.
Like be it a parade, be it a festival. And you've kind of made this a staple of your life. Where are some of the places you've gone on their best day that you've loved?
Oh, that's such a good point. 2013, 14, 15 was like peak comedy. Stand-up comedy was cool with indie rock.
Yeah.
And so I went and performed at a lot of festivals, like Bonnaroo, Outside Lands, like Sasquatch. So all of those festivals, like Bonnaroo truly for me is the most fun 3 days I've ever had anywhere. I might not be the same anymore, but like back in the day, that was truly like the coolest. I really want to go. I haven't been, but I want to go to the Pamplona, like for the Bulls. That looks pretty fun.
I think you would be really good at that.
Yeah, there's a tomato festival there. I'm trying to think what like cool stuff I've seen. I'm not a planner, so really It's only if I'm there and something's happening is I'm like, oh, sick.
Well, I remember once we were in Columbus, Ohio. And I've gotten better because this was like a couple weeks before my special. So I was like very like dialed in and like didn't want to do anything during the afternoons. And I've gotten a lot better being on the road with you, like taking advantage of the day.
Yeah.
Whereas you were like, hey, it's the Pride Festival in Columbus.
Yeah.
And you just like, I remember we checked into the hotel and you're like, I'm going to go find the parade. And you just like walked out into the city.
Fully. Yeah. I think it was like ended up on a float, Ferris Bueller style, being like, woo! Like, yeah. I mean, pride parades in smaller towns are the best. They're so much fun because like everybody's really jacked up, you know. Oh my God, I was in Nashville with my dad recently and it was Nashville's Pride Parade down Broadway, the main strip, and a lot of conflicted men watching that. A lot of that looks fun, but I don't know about that.
It does look fun, no matter where you land. You're like, that's super fun.
It looks fun.
I think Josh will enjoy this. We were driving into Scottsdale, and I was doing what I do, looking for a place that sold baseball cards.
Well, can I tell what I think you're going to tell real quick?
Yeah. Oh, well,
So
there's a couple things.
Well, I just want to talk about how us pulling into Scottsdale. Seth had picked up the car in LA, met me in Palm Springs, and then we'd driven to Scottsdale, having the best time, chatting, listening to music. We're in the middle of Phoenix. It's like 8 lanes of highway. We're as far to the left as we can be. It's going to take us 2 miles to merge to the right. And then Seth goes to me. He's my friend, my old boss. Like, I really look up to Seth. I think he's a really smart guy. He goes, "You think I'm almost out of gas?" I look over, the needle was below the E. I didn't know it could go. It wasn't touching it, how far down it was. And I go, "We got to get gas, man." We are so far in the middle of a highway. Like, if the car goes down, we have to call like a helicopter. Like, it was fascinating that you did not think to get gas.
Yeah, we managed to get it. It was the longest I've ever had a conversation with somebody while I was filling up a tank of gas. I feel like you could have listened to a full chapter of a book on tape. It was like...
You also, didn't you go from LAX to Palm Springs to Scottsdale on a single tank of gas?
Yeah, it was not.
Yes.
Yeah.
It was crazy. It made me
smart.
not... I don't believe the fuel gauges anymore. I'm like, you can go forever on that thing. I think gas is a lie.
We then, Posh, I was like, oh, I'm going to try to find a baseball card store. And then we realized there was an actual, what would you call it? Like a baseball card show.
Like a show.
At the stadium. So we like parked at where the Diamondbacks play. And Brooks got to see me walking around a baseball card show. And,
also, Seth goes, "Ugh, I really hope that I hope it's not all like Pokemon nerds," which made me realize that in the card collector worlds, there are hierarchies. I'm like, you're all doing cards.
You're all nerds, man.
Yeah. You're like, we're going to bully different card guys. But it was a lot of Pokemon stuff. I do agree. But I liked Pokemon, though. So I was excited for the Pokemon stuff.
Brooks took a video of me walking in the baseball card show. And then he posted it on social media.
What's the happiest I've ever seen you?
Yeah, you basically wrote, like, this is the happiest I've ever seen it. And how did I respond when I saw that you posted on social media?
I mean, I could pull it up. Because it's pretty funny. First time you've ever kind of yelled at me. Let me find it. But it was basically like, my wife can't see that. He goes. So we're such. I have such a good friendship with Seth that like we're never mad at each other. We're both just kind of like hanging out. So it's the first time he's ever like, I get out of nowhere. I'm talking to Catherine on the phone, just a heated text exchange. Dude, you can't post. Dude, you can't post. Then a T, so nothing. Take it down. So you're just scrambling. And then the next line, I don't respond right away. My wife can't know I went to, all caps, baseball card show. So I feel bad. I go down, down, down. Sorry. You go immediate divorce. She gets all the cards. Yeah.
It was very good times. But we've had our adventures. It's really fun. And we've got, I should say, I mean, what a nice time to shout out. Brooks and I are going to be in Denver. What is it, like May 8th?
May 9th, and then May 8th, I think. And then I think our most fun drive yet, we're driving to Albuquerque.
Yeah, and we have a show, Albuquerque, May 9th.
We can listen to some Billy the Kid podcast.
Something less fun is this might come out after that.
That would be the least fun. You're right, Posh. That would be the least fun. But I will say Brooks is going to meet a lot of Alexi's family. We're going to meet my in-laws, Alexi's aunt, cousins. So it's going to be fun. I feel like I'm going to do for you what you did for me in Missouri. It's going to be a blast.
I can't wait. To my cousins' credit, my cousins what was so nice about Seth meeting my cousins is they're really nice. They're wonderful. I love them. Hardcore Republicans. And so it was nice for them to meet Seth where they're all like basically whispering after he left, he didn't bite. Like they couldn't believe
Right.
he didn't have horns. Like
And let me say as well, they were so lovely. And then we saw them for lunch, and then a bunch of them came to the show. And after the show, they were being so nice and so complimentary. And then Brooks, who's just like a total shit stirrer, was just like Uncle Dave, what'd you think about Seth's jokes about Trump? Like just immediately.
I literally go, Travis, why don't you tell Seth your political leanings? And then my cousin, he just goes, I wish you went after both sides. And it was a really, really
But he
funny.
said it in a very funny way. Everybody
Very
was in
funny.
on the joke, and it was a nice reminder of times we used to live in.
Yeah, I mean, that's just it. It was truly a really fun time with people who got, like, who cares? Very funny.
We're having
Yeah.
a fun
And
time. Everybody's having a
Yeah.
fun time.
it was the best. It was like 2010, it felt like.
What is your of the like? I remember you were in. Were you in Switzerland recently? Were you? I feel like a couple years ago.
I was in the French Alps in Corsica not that long ago.
Great.
That was a real seat of my pants. The person I was dating had it. We were in New York. I was doing the show with you and John Oliver at the Beacon. And then the girl I was dating, she had work in London. So we just went from New York to London. And then literally in London, she had French cousins. She was French. And she was like, do you want to go to like, I was reading this book by John Krakauer called Eiger Dreams. And in it, he goes to, it's in the French Alps. It's like the main town. I don't remember, but Chamonix. He goes to Chamonix, and I was like, you want to go to Chamonix? And she was like, I have cousins who live in Chamonix. So we just flew to Geneva, got on a train, met her cousins in Chamonix, goofed around the French Alps, lost my wallet backpacking through the French Alps. That was pretty exciting.
Yeah.
But still had my passport. Then we flew to Corsica, which it was one of the coolest places I've ever been. But I'll tell you what doesn't accept a lot of Apple Pay, Corsica.
Wait, will you tell Josh, how did you pay for lunch in Corsica?
Cigarettes.
So explain.
Okay. So we get to Corsica. We get our rental car. We're lied to so quickly by a 12-year-old who's renting cars. It's a electric car. I go, I think I'd rather have a gas car. She's like, we don't have any. Corsica is the capital of electric car charging stations in the world. No, it's not. I think there's like 12 on the island everyone jockeys for. Half my time in Corsica was trying to charge my car with other people who'd been swindled, just fuming. But so we get this car, also allegedly goes 300 kilometers on a single charge, maybe 40. It went maybe 40. And so I'm stressed and I'm hungry, and we stop at this little town to get a sandwich, like a baguette, and like I should have known right away. Like the cash register is like, a 1920s casino cash register, but not in a fun way, like a real way. And I was like, ka-ching or whatever. And I'm like, oh my God, there's no way this guy's going to accept my phone for money. And then he finishes the sandwiches. I don't speak French, but Sophie did. And so she's talking to the guy and she's like, he's pretty upset. He just made us, you just watched him make the sandwiches and now you can't pay him. And I was like, I know, I don't know what to do. And so he was like, he had a good idea. He had a good workaround. He was like, there is like a town down the road. Go to the gas station. They'll accept Apple Pay. Buy me 2 packs of cigarettes. Come back. I'll trade you a pack of cigarettes for a sandwich. So bring back 2 packs. And I was like, incredible. I did that, but then I bought a bunch more cigarettes, and everyone in Corsica will give you shit for cigarettes, it turns out. It was great. I bought like so many sandwiches with cigarettes, and I got better at bartering. I'm like, 8 cigarettes? How many cigarettes is this sandwich? And it was amazing. It was really, really fun.
And so despite maybe the lack of Apple Pay, but the cigarette pay alive and well, and lack of charging stations, you loved Corsica.
Corsica's one of the coolest places I've ever been in my life. Like it's always great when I didn't see one American the whole time. It was kind of like where French people go. I felt like France is Puerto Rico, where it's like, it's part of France, but like the people there are like, we are not part of France, and they're pretty intense. and they're rad and the best cliff jumping I've ever seen. I'm big on jumping off cliffs into water. That's my favorite thing.
Did you do some cliff jumping yourself?
Yeah. It's called Piana de la Clonks or something like that. The Clonks of Piana, which is where I went. Just ended up finding an Airbnb there and stayed. Like, that's also how I do vacations. And I don't plan ahead, but if I find something good, I'm like, why would we leave here? It's awesome. Yeah. We're chilling.
The Clonks is also that Corsican movie where the one actor plays the whole family, right?
Probably.
Yeah.
I don't know.
It was good.
Oh, wait. That's good stuff, Seth. That's good stuff. That's really good.
It's not good stuff. But I will tell you, that is a real reminder of how much more tuned in Josh is to my terrible setups.
Well, I was saying if it was just clonks, but it's kalonk. So I was saying kalonk.
Oh, yeah. Got it.
To me, that sounds like that's the sound of like a body that's supposed to be hitting the water and it hits a rock instead.
Yeah. Oh my God, dude. I was trying to impress some teenagers so bad. I was jumping from so high off these fucking rocks that in the morning, I think it felt like I was in a bad car wreck. Like I was like, oh my God. Like my neck was goo.
Because of how you hit the water? You hit the water so bad?
I mean, I just kept going higher and higher and higher and I don't know what I'm doing, you know? So I'm just like, you're catching your arm bad or something, you know what I mean? But then there's also, we called him like, yeah, there's a kid there I call the king of the teens. This guy's doing backflips. He's doing gainers. So I was just trying to outdo the king of the teens.
Which is a terrible instinct at your age.
Yeah. No. Yeah, I'm like almost 40 and like not like at no point like athletic.
No, like it's literally technically impossible for you to be the king of the teens, and yet you're still trying.
Yeah. Yep. But falling isn't an athletic sport, so you can fall. You just got to have the courage to jump, baby. And then once you're in the air, you'll figure it out.
You fundamentally just told us the opposite. You're like, I was hurting bad, man.
You can over-rotate.
Were you always like, have you always had this like love of jumping from high places? The first time you saw it as an opportunity, were you like, I'm in?
Yeah, we would grow up like jumping off bridges into rivers in Iowa. Yeah. Like that's big. Like big jumping off bridges and rivers person.
Are you a feet first jumper, I'm guessing? Once you get to a certain height? Yeah. Okay.
Yep. No, I'm not insane, you know.
I'm not the king of the teens.
Yeah, the king of the teens, you know, it absolutely does that.
I'm very excited. It's so fun to talk to you, Brooks. I can't believe I get to see you again in just under 2 weeks. Looking forward to it.
Yeah. I'm excited. Here's what I'm really excited about what we're going to do. We're going to be driving through Billy the Kid territory, like Lincoln County, New Mexico. So, we got to stop at some restaurant that's Billy the Kid themed. It's going to be amazing.
We're going to go.
Let's get an old-timey photo with you in a dress stealing out of my wallet.
Oh, yeah. That's probably a really good idea. We also have to, we're going to stop in Santa Fe. We're going to eat at one of my favorite places. Obviously, we've talked a lot about iwantstrants.com on my other podcast, but we were in Kansas City, great food town.
Oh, my God.
Talked about this on my other podcast, but we went to this restaurant. It was a noodle shop that was recommended.
It was a noodle shop. It looked really good. It smelled really good. We were hungry. We purposely didn't eat all day so we could have a nice dinner after the show.
Went because we did 2 shows in KC, a 4 and a 7. We were like, let's not eat in between because that's not like dressing room food, no matter how good it is, not rewarding. Mm-hmm. And then after the show, we had a lot of guests. We were like it was nice to talk to. We didn't rush out. And then we get to this restaurant. We forget, it's not New York City. It's Kansas City. And we walk in to the noodle shop and the maitre d' very kindly is like, oh, we just shut down the kitchen. And Brooks is like, oh, can we? And she's like, no. And she double checked.
It was 10:01. It was 10:01. And I didn't feel good about what I did.
Yeah, but I felt even worse. Brooks goes,
yeah, I threw Seth under the bus a little bit.
Brooks goes, do you know who he is? And she was like, yes. And he was like, it doesn't make a difference. She's like, no, I'm sorry. And he goes, okay, but I'm the one who said it, right? Like, you can never say he's the one who said it.
He did not say, do you know who I am? I actually don't know this guy. I can't believe he's in here separate from me. No, I had your back being like, I really feel bad that I did that, but please do not tell anybody that Seth said, do you know who I am? I want my noodles.
Yeah.
And then we ate across the street in a Too Fast, Too Furious movie, but with none of the stars.
Yeah.
None of the stars.
Just like guys, like just revving cars and motorcycles. like we in a little hamburger shop, like right next to the parking lot. It was the loudest. Also, Brooks got the weirdest sandwich I've ever seen.
It was the most stressful. It was more stressful than watching my dad eat the Arby's sandwiches. Like, it was so stressful to eat there.
Also, we were standing in line behind a woman who had been at our show and very kindly was like talking to us for a long time. And then but too long. And then I was like, because they were like, I was like, oh, do you need to order? She's like, oh, no, I already ordered. And I'm like, oh, you're really standing in a line position. I was like, what did you think we were doing then?
Right. Yeah. So we
had to loop around, make our order.
So I got a Coney dog. And I'll send you a photo of it because it's so fucking crazy. Coney dog. And they go, what do you want on? I go, everything Coney style. And they did not warn me of how this Coney hot dog was going to come, which was 3 half slices of a hot dog. It was 1.5 hot dogs, but on a hamburger bun in a star shape. And they just was like, here's your hot dog.
Brooks was so spun out about where the other half of the second hot dog was.
One of life's great mysteries.
Yeah, Brooks was just like, he couldn't get over it. It was a bad scene.
You know what I thought about the next day that I was like, that was really crazy that we did that. We walked through the Fast and the Furious parking lot to back to the hotel. And there was a crevice that we squeezed through, which were 2 cars that were on.
Yeah.
Bumper to bumper, like ready to just drive into each other. We're like, just going to squeeze through real quick. You guys don't mind. In the middle of a race, I'm like, we really could have got hit.
Yeah, they were like trying to back one car up, and we were just like, and it was a real show of masculinity from us that had no reward. The other thing, I haven't told Josh this, and I'm happy to say it did not leave the mark I wanted. We had a real quick turnaround of like, let's drop our bags, which by the way, we shouldn't have done. We should have gone straight to the noodle shop. But like, let's drop our bags and then meet at the noodle shop. And I walked in. It was a nice hotel room in Kansas City, nice hotel. And I walked in, and there was, if you can picture Josh in the bathroom, the toilet part of the bathroom had a shower door, like a glass shower door. But it was weird because I know sometimes in an ensuite bathroom there'll be a door to the bathroom, but an all glass door seems crazy because to what end?
Right, precisely.
No, I thought when I went into my room, I kicked that glass door because I also was didn't see the door, so I kicked it with on accident, hit it with my foot, and I was like, oh, I wonder if Seth had this problem.
And then I came out with the biggest welt on my forehead.
He ran face first into it.
Fucking face first. And Poshy saw stars. Literally had to hit it so hard, made the ka-chonk. The Corsican cliffs. Just crashed my head, had to sit on the edge of the tub being like, will Brooks know to get a doctor if I don't show up?
When you saw stars, did they have 3 halves of a hot dog in between?
Yeah, it was a hot dog shape.
Yeah.
Yes.
No, it was crazy. That's when I knew you can tell guys, I guess, who had dads who would fly off the handle a little bit. And I feel like the kids of them are either go same or nothing bothers them. You hit your head in a way that our dads would have gotten a hammer to that door.
Oh.
They would have shattered that door. And you were just ow.
It was very much right. I took blame, whereas my dad would have blamed the door.
Yeah.
Even though I do think the design was faulty, you still can't walk into a door in your bathroom like that.
No, it didn't make any sense for that door to be there.
It doesn't make any sense, right? It's so what? To what end? A glass door. So now you're with somebody and they're pooping, but you can see them. Also, it's not like a sealed smell-proof door. Nobody wins.
It just goes up and over the top.
Yeah. All right, Brooks. Before we let you go, Josh is going to ask you our speed round questions.
Okay.
All right. You can only pick one of these. Is your ideal vacation relaxing, adventurous, or educational?
Adventurous.
100%.
Yeah, of course. What's your favorite means of transportation?
Trains.
If you could take a vacation with any family, alive or dead, real or fictional, other than your own family, what family would you like to take a vacation with?
The It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia family.
Great.
Great. If you had to be stranded on a desert island with one member of your family, who would it be?
Yeah, my God. Oh, pass.
What is your dream destination for a family vacation?
I really want to go to Southeast Asia. I want to go to Vietnam.
Yeah.
You are from Manchester, Iowa, is your hometown, correct?
Mm-hmm.
If you had to get more families to come visit Manchester, Iowa, what would you tell them about your town?
Nothing. I would give them. If you want them to visit, you can't tell them what it's like. You got to trick them. If you want to get people to visit Manchester, you got to lie. You got to say, "Oh my God, it's like
I can't. It's like a Santa's workshop. They do a Santa's workshop.
Yeah. I mean, maybe I'd tell them about the pet shop called the Fish Shack that has a bird named Peaches that if it's out, it does bite. And so, when you're little, you open the door to the fish shack because you want to look at a fish. And you go, is the bird out? And if it is, you don't go in, and it's out most of the time.
All right. Very good.
Yeah,
Seth has our final questions.
Have you been to the Grand Canyon?
Yeah, I rafted down the Grand Canyon 18 days, 230 miles.
I knew the answer to this, and you had you almost died, but it was worth it.
Almost died. It was worth it. But honestly, here's what I know that you have a problem with the Grand Canyon. I agree. Like from the top, Grand Canyon, interesting, cool, fine, very whatever. I was very whatever about the Grand Canyon until I did an 18-day rafting trip through it with some pals and no guide. And after that, I was like, oh, this is one of the coolest adventures I've ever been in. But I agree, just to look at it, what are you going to do? You can see a photo. That's fine.
Yeah. All right, great. Well, you of course, no surprise here, got the most out of it. So very impressive.
Yeah.
And now, based on that review, I imagine Seth is just looking at his calendar, trying to find 18 days.
Oh, nothing makes me book a trip more than almost died.
Well, honestly, it was for the SNL 50th. The SNL 50th was happening, and I had to choose between going and having the most anxiety I could possibly have in my life, or almost dying in the Grand Canyon. I was like, I'm going to almost die in the Grand Canyon. I really thought about it. I was like, I think the Grand Canyon would be better for my brain than the SNL 50.
You're like, I like my odds better. I'm going to take the Canyon odds.
Yeah, exactly.
All right, I'll see you in like 10 days, Brooks.
Yeah, Josh, I'll see you in LA. Oh, also, I do want to say one thing. What's fun about being friends with both of you is one time I was recently with Seth in, I don't know, let's say we were in Columbus, and like I said, bye, you go to New York, I go to LA. And then I was in Franklin Village by UCB, and then I heard who I thought was Seth arguing about the Steelers, which is a thing that he does. And I'm like, no, I just saw him get on a different plane, a different way. I turned around, it's Josh. I was just like, oh, yeah, you guys. It was very fun to see you both in the same day, and it really confused me.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah.
That's what we do. We cover the coasts.
Yep.
All right, I love you, buddy.
Love you guys. You're the best.
Great to
I
see
can't
you,
wait to see you,
Brooks.
Seth. Bye, Josh.
Thank you.
Family trips with the Meyers brothers.